Push him out. King Charles orders security to throw Prince Harry out of Buckingham Palace as he comes uninvited begging for secret meeting. Did that really happen? Prince Harry, a royal no more, thrown out like yesterday's news? Picture this, a gloomy afternoon in London, clouds hanging low like royal secrets, and a black SUV creeping through the iron gates of Buckingham Palace. A familiar figure steps out. Hood up. Head down. It's Prince Harry. Wait, Prince Harry? At Buckingham Palace? Unannounced? Oh, this isn't a drill. What happened next has the royal rumor mill working overtime. According to palace insiders, and let's be honest, probably a few well-placed teacups, King Charles didn't just decline the meeting. He ordered security to push him out. Yes, you read that right. The Duke of Sussex, once beloved, now bewildered, was shown the door. Or more accurately, the gates. But why? And what exactly was Harry begging to discuss behind those palace walls? Let's unravel this royal mess together, full of surprising turns, family drama, and those all-too-familiar cringe moments that only the royals can deliver. A not-so-royal return. Why Harry showed up uninvited. To understand why Prince Harry thought barging into Buckingham Palace was a good idea, we have to rewind the crown a bit. Since stepping down from royal duties in 2020 with Meghan Markle in tow, Harry has been, well, let's say, on a journey. California Sun, Netflix deals, Oprah tell-alls, and the infamous memoir Spare, he's rebranded himself from His Royal Highness to His Dramatic Highness. But something shifted recently. Sources say Harry has been desperate to reconnect, not just with his family, but with his roots. Especially now, as rumors swirl around his marriage, legal troubles, and increasing financial pressure. So why did he really show up? Insiders say Harry was seeking a private, confidential meeting with his father to discuss matters of family and duty. A secret meeting request? Sounds like he forgot he ghosted the monarchy for 3 years. Could this have been a sincere olive branch or a strategic move? King Charles's icy reaction. Get him out of here. King Charles, now deep into his reign, has been anything but idle. With Camilla by his side and a slimmed-down monarchy to manage, he's not exactly thrilled by distractions, especially from a son who's aired more royal laundry than a palace butler. So when Harry showed up unannounced, Charles reportedly saw red. A source inside the palace said Charles was in the middle of a briefing with senior aides when he was told Harry had arrived at the front gates asking to see him urgently. His response? Tell security to push him out. I didn't invite him. Oof. That one stung more than a Windsor wave with a closed hand. Was this about power? A final assertion of control over a rebellious son? Or was it just pure frustration boiling over? Here's a man who waited 70 years to be king, only to have his son release a memoir that includes frostbite anecdotes and personal family insults. Can we blame him for saying, enough is enough? What was Harry really hoping for? The million-pound question, what was Harry expecting from this unscheduled royal drop-in? Was he hoping for forgiveness? A hug? A spot on the balcony, next Trooping the Color? Rumors suggest Harry came prepared with handwritten notes, some kind of peace proposal, and even a heartfelt plea to be involved in King Charles's upcoming birthday celebration. Sound noble? Maybe. But others suspect he had other motives. Financial ones. Insiders whisper that Harry's mounting security costs, dwindling deals, and legal woes in the US might have prompted a discreet, help me, Dad moment. But you can't storm a fortress you've spent years publicly burning down and expect a warm welcome. Could Harry really be so unaware of how far he's drifted? Meghan's missing piece. Why she didn't come along. If this was such a monumental meeting, where was Meghan? Not in the SUV. Not at the gates. Not even on Zoom. According to sources, Meghan strongly advised against Harry's surprise visit. She reportedly warned that it wouldn't end well. Turns out she was right. Others speculate she didn't want to be anywhere near the palace after being labeled difficult by former staffers and accused of lying in interviews. But Meghan's absence may have been more strategic than emotional. Could this have been Harry's solo attempt to prove he's still one of them? Or is this a quiet hint that their once unbreakable duo is beginning to crack? The security shuffle. How it all went down. You'd think royal security would have a protocol for this. Spoiler. They do. Sources say palace guards were caught off guard, ironically, by Harry's sudden arrival. One even hesitated before following orders to escort him off the premises. After all, this was a man who once had full access to the Queen's corgis. But eventually, Harry was gently but firmly told to leave. He reportedly pleaded for 5 minutes to explain himself, but the message from inside was clear. The king is not available. Please leave immediately. No tea. No biscuits. No crown. Just a royal cold shoulder. Public reaction. Sympathy, sarcasm, and schadenfreude. When the news broke, social media exploded like a royal soufflé gone wrong. Twitter lit up with hashtags like #PalacePunt and #SpareNoMore. Some users expressed genuine sadness for Harry, calling it a Shakespearean tragedy. Others not so much. Harry thought he could just walk back into the palace like it's Nando's? One user quipped. Memes of Prince Harry photoshopped onto Will Smith in the Fresh Prince finale, standing alone, rejected, flooded Instagram. It's clear, public opinion is as divided as ever. Some see Harry as a lost son seeking reconciliation. Others view him as a privileged man trying to have it both ways. Royal insiders speak out. This was the final straw. One longtime royal aide, speaking under anonymity, said the entire palace is exhausted by Harry's antics. Every few months there's a letter, a demand, a last-minute appearance. The king is tired. William is livid. No one knows what Harry truly wants. Others suggest that Charles had already extended olive branches, quietly, discreetly, but was met with more public criticism and media drama. Could this be the last time Harry's allowed anywhere near the royal gates without a formal invitation? Even his former allies within the palace now seem distant. A kingdom divided. William's silent fury. And what about Prince William? Sources say William was furious when he heard about Harry's attempted visit. He allegedly told aides, if he wants to talk, he knows how to call. But this is a stunt. The brothers, once inseparable, are now locked in a feud so deep it could make Cain and Abel cringe. There are whispers that William is leading the charge to permanently distance the royal family from Harry and Meghan. No more half in, half out. And with King Charles aging and succession talk beginning, William's influence is growing. Could we be watching the beginning of the end of any reconciliation? What this means for the future? Is there any hope left? The question we're all asking, can the bridge between Harry and the royal family ever be rebuilt? The truth? Maybe. But it won't be with surprise visits, secret meetings, or pleading at the gates. If there's a path forward, it'll require honesty, accountability, and maybe time. The elephant in the room. Is Harry truly welcome back, ever? Let's be brutally honest for a second. Even if Prince Harry had been granted a meeting, what would it have changed? There's been so much damage. Explosive interviews, a Netflix docuseries, that infamous memoir Spare, which practically read like a royal burn book. Not to mention the legal filings, the media snubs, the subtle digs, the list goes on. Reconciliation isn't just about talking, it's about listening, apologizing, and most importantly, changing. Has Harry shown a willingness to do that? A former palace insider shared. Everyone keeps saying Harry wants to make peace. But peace with who? The family he painted as villains? The monarchy he abandoned? You can't want peace and profit off the war at the same time. That's a quote that sticks. Because it cuts to the core of what many feel is the real issue. Harry wants the perks of the past without fully accepting the cost of his departure. So, is there truly a space for him anymore within the institution he walked away from? Camilla's quiet clapback. The Queen Consort's alleged words. Ah yes, Queen Camilla. Often overlooked, but never without an opinion. Sources say she wasn't present during Harry's attempted visit, but word quickly got to her. And apparently her response was succinct. He made his bed. Now, let him lie in it.
Ouch.
Cold as the crown jewels. Camilla's alleged response mirrors the public sentiment among many senior royals that Harry's problems are of his own making. They believe he crossed the line too many times, airing too much, too soon, and too publicly. And while King Charles may have once had a soft spot for his youngest son, even he seems to be drawing a line in the sand. Or, in this case, at the gates. Behind closed doors. What staffers are whispering. When royal aides start whispering, it's time to listen. According to several longtime staffers, this wasn't the first time Harry had attempted a surprise drop-in. In fact, they say this was his third unannounced appearance in under 18 months. One palace butler, who obviously asked not to be named, told reporters, "We're always told to treat him with courtesy, but at this point, it feels like he's forcing himself into a home that no longer belongs to him. It's uncomfortable." Another guard said. He stood at the gate like he expected someone to open it with open arms. It's like he's stuck in 2015, but a lot has changed since then. That, perhaps, is the saddest part. Harry still believes there's a version of royal life waiting for him, somewhere, somehow. But maybe that version no longer exists. The Meghan effect. How much did she influence his choices? Let's talk Meghan. The Duchess of Sussex has always been a polarizing figure, either praised for breaking barriers or blamed for breaking the royals. But here's the question. Is Meghan the mastermind behind Harry's estrangement? Or is she just the convenient scapegoat? Multiple reports claim Meghan advised Harry not to go to the palace. She knew it would end poorly. And it did. Yet the blame still falls her way. There's even speculation that she's preparing for a post-royal rebrand of her own, with new podcast deals, beauty ventures, and a rumored return to acting. So where does that leave Harry? Alone. At the gates. Seeking something his wife perhaps no longer believes is worth chasing. Are we watching the unraveling of not just a royal relationship, but a marriage too? The Netflix clause. Did cameras try to follow him in? Now, here's where things get really spicy. Some